tolerance without resentment. The Buddha said,
when a malicious person hears about goodness and intentionally comes to provoke trouble, you should restrain yourself. Do not be angry or reprimand him. Evil deeds will fall back upon the evildoer.
The Buddha said,
someone came to insult me upon hearing that I uphold the way and practice great benevolence. But I kept silent and did not respond. After he had stopped, I asked him, if you bring someone a gift and he does not accept it, does the gift remain with you? It does, he replied. The Buddha said, now you insult me, but I not accept it. This insult will only bring yourself harm. Just as echo follows sound and shadow trails form, there is no escape. Be vigilant to do no evil.
The Buddha said,
an evil person who harms a sage is like one who spits toward the sky. The spit does not reach the sky, but falls back on himself. When one brings dust into the wind, the dust does not hit others, but it blows back on himself. The sage cannot be harmed. Evil actions will inevitably destroy the doer.
Good evening. For a wonderful and insightful wisdom Dharma words from the Buddha. In this modern day, a highly competitive world, sometimes we happen to observe the criticizing and blaming others. But here we see the great example about how to deal with those situations. When somebody tries to insult us and very disrespectful of us, how are others' normal, usual responses? How would you feel in those situations? Of course, most of us will feel so bad, very uncomfortable, and maybe resent and blaming, and strong impulse and desire to speak more harshly than the words the other person did. But here, Shakyamuni Buddha's strategy, spiritual strategy, and his options were restrain himself, not be angry, not to reprimand, just be silent, don't respond to the situation. Do you do that? Of course, we want to do like that. Ideally, we want to be simply silent, not blame, not to be angry, not to have any impulse to reprimand the person. We want to be gracefully, be quiet, but it's very hard, right? Very, very hard. But it is normal for ordinary people who feel so bad anyway. if you are in those situations, do you want to stay in that state for so long? No, not at all. Why? Why you don't want to stay in that state? A very uncomfortable, feeling bad state. Why we don't want to stay there? Yeah, we want to feel good, but that situation makes us feel so bad, right? And at first, it starts with a psychological collision, psychological clash, but it becomes soon physiological pain. It changed our physiological reality. We feel shortness of breath, right? The tension of the muscle and headache. That is not well-being for ourselves. So we don't want to stay there long. The priority is to rescue ourselves from that situation, save ourselves as soon as possible, because we'll be harmed by that situation. Then what should we do? And what do you want to do? And what can you do? What do you know to rescue yourself in those situations? What kind of spiritual strategy would you want to employ? Count, breathing in and out. It's a good strategy. What else? Smiling. Smiling can be also a good strategy because smiling can relax your body. And once you become relaxed, then you start to feel good and comfortable. It's good. Breathing, smiling. So what else? What about chanting? Inner chanting. You may want to recite good words inward. Oh my Buddha nature. Oh my Buddha nature. So reciting the positive Dharma words can be also a good strategy to rescue yourself from that moment. And you may want to invite non-judgmental mentality. Just stop there. I don't know. I don't know. When you recite I don't know, then your ego stopped. Don't know mind, non-judgmental mentality. When we practice meditation, focusing on the breathing in and out, it's easy to become non-judgmental mind, right? The more we practice meditation, that state will be registered like your default inner mentality. Then in those situations, you may want to remind of that state, that peaceful, that free, liberating state. Or you may want to walk, or you may want to have a little bit of fresh air, simply to get out of that state. So there are a lot of, more than 1,000 kind of spiritual multivitamins out there in the spiritual traditions. But our responsibility is to take as many as possible and handy all the time. But best is breathing, because as long as we are alive, we can take breathing in and out. So in those difficult situations, just focus on your breathing in and out. The Buddha said, when we spit toward the sky, then the speed does not reach the sky but fall back on ourselves. And when we give gift to someone, the person doesn't accept it, then we have to take it again. So once we spread negative energies, then that's our own possession, that's our own property. We have to take it anyway. Doer will become receiver. There's no escape at all. And somebody spread negative energies, but in those cases, most people feel they are attacked by those energies. But there is a way we cannot be harmed, we cannot be affected by those energies. And this is a good example of that practice from the Buddha. So even though somebody spread negative energy, that person is his own business. He will take it. He will take that fruit. And to take care of ourselves is our business. We have to take care of our own business only to be well. Whatever happens, whatever other people do, for whatever reason, they are doing their own business. Not to be affected and to be unconditioned is our own business. Do it, only focus on it. If we are affected by the external situation, we are failure in terms of spirituality. So, as Buddha said, evil deed return to the doers. Let us recite this 3 times. Evil deed return to the doers. Evil deed return to the doers. Evil deed return to the doers. Our business is to take care of ourselves, not to be affected, and to be unconditioned. We are easily become judgmental. The more we become judgmental, the more we are affected by others and as well as our own thoughts. So stay non-judgmental and be silent in those difficult, situations.